Good afternoon, welcome to Solent Sports News. It's 4 o'clock and I'm Ben Wakeford. Southampton players have donated their match fees to charity. This is after the side suffered the equal worst loss in Premier League history. The Saints conceded 9 goals against Leicester City at St Mary's on Friday night. This leaves the South Coast club in danger of being in a relegation battle come the end of the season. Earlier, I spoke to Daily Echo reporter Dan Sheldon about the game.
Oh, it was incredible, Ben. In all the games I've watched, even since going to football as a youngster, I've never seen a team just give up and capitulate the way they did after Ryan Bertrand got sent off. I mean, it was remarkable. I mean, as the scoreline suggests, it was just shocking. I think me and my colleague were both texting each other on Saturday, sort of asking, did this really happen? Yeah, remarkable. But Saints were just, to a man, absolutely awful. I mean, if you're getting sent off and you go 1-0 down, then 2-0 down, you try. I mean, players you'd like to think would dig in, get to half-time at 2-0, reevaluate, make a couple of changes, and then kick on. But it's almost like they use that as an excuse just to put their heads down and fold. I mean, there are numerous players that you'd see Leicester attacking and they weren't even running back.
Every non-league football side dreams of making a name for themselves in front of a national audience. And in the past week, Chichester City Football Club found themselves at the centre of the nation's sporting media. Daniel Edgoose reports.
This is the sound of a changing room full of people whose lives have been changed forever. The players and staff of Chichester City Football Club, a team in the lower reaches of non-league football, will be playing a second round FA Cup game after receiving a bye in the first round draw. The club currently play in the Isthmian League South East Division and will have all eyes on them in the next round. Chichester resident and club captain Connor Cody explained what the bye meant to him.
As a player, it's a great achievement to have been made to the first round, let alone to the second. So it's something that I think every non-league player kind of sets out to achieve at one point in their career. So it's nice to have done that. But I think more importantly, it just means so much for the city, and it'll bring a lot more people and a lot more interest to the club. And being a local lad, it's just nice to see everyone getting around the football team, because the rugby's had a lot of traction for a long time. So it's nice now for the football team to get recognised and have a few more people interested in kind of what we're getting up to.
The club is the lowest ranked side still in the competition, and the run has not only grabbed the attention of the residents of Chichester, but the national press as well. Connor also spoke about the media interest that the club has gained from advancing.
A little bit bizarre actually, like the kind of national coverage that's come along with it, but the local coverage has been amazing, and just being contacted from old school friends and whoever else just congratulating and sending their well wishes, just a really nice touch. And yeah, it's definitely brought the city together, which is great.
Chairman Andy Bell spoke about the benefits of advancing to the next round for his club and revealed that this bye is more important for the club than what may have first appeared.
The club possibly wasn't financially able to sustain itself at Isthmian League football. The money that the FA Cup has brought in and potentially will bring in the next round is just astronomical potentially, and if we can set this club up to stay as an Isthmian League club for 3-4 years and still generate the income we can generate, then it's going to be massive for the club, because by that time there'll be a 3G surface hopefully provided by the council. They hopefully will extend the building to make the hospitality facilities a lot better, and basically if the men's team doesn't sustain itself, then Oaklands Park isn't viable. So the longer we can stay at that level of football, the more successful this club can become for the ladies, the youth and everyone involved. The support we're getting locally is much appreciated, but it's also people that come in there and starting to enjoy themselves and realising that's not a bad day out actually, going to Chichester and watching football. The team's half decent, and the FA Cup run is catching the imagination.
The Chichester Observer reporter Ian Warden explains that the club has benefited massively from support from the community, and tells us how it feels to be a fan of the club at this moment after years of financial insecurity.
And it's something special. A Chichester City team have only featured once in the first round proper, and now because of the unique draw last week, they've made history again, albeit in unusual circumstances, to get to the second round. And it's massive for the club. It's galvanised the sort of community, and generated a fantastic feeling at the club.
What awaits Chichester City FC in the next round is unknown, but everyone involved in this club and story knows that something special is happening here in this historic southern city. Daniel Agus, Solent Sports News.
Boca Juniors were drowned by the River. In the semi-final of the Libertadores Cup, River Plate beat Boca in two amazing games. Luis Jose Sahara explained to us what happened and why this match is so important in Latin football.
River Plate against Boca, Boca against River, never-ending story. Last Tuesday had been chosen to be the back game in the Libertadores Cup, where Boca beat River 1-0. However, that victory wasn't enough to be on a par with total score and get a place in the final of Libertadores Cup. The capital of Argentina, Buenos Aires, it is known like one of the most important football cities in the world. Everybody who lives and bred in Buenos Aires knows that they were born to support one team and defend their colors. If you were interested to discover football over your borders, one of the most important games in Latin America is Boca River, the eternal rivalry to show who is the best team in Argentina. During the years, there is a narrow line to say which is the best team. River Plate has won 36 titles of league, 3 more than Boca. On the other hand, Boca has 6 Libertadores Cup, the Latin Champions League. River has only 4, but with a punch on the last one they got. As many Argentinian journalists say, for both teams it's more important to win the rival than gain a title. Last edition of Libertadores Cup in 2018, River Plate won Boca in the extra time. In other words, River won his most important arch-enemy on his favorite competition. This year the story has been the same. The match was focused as a revenge of Boca of the humiliation of the last year, but nothing changed. Although the match looks so hard, it is the River era, and this is how the coach of River thinks.
Tengo una felicidad enorme por los jugadores, tengo una alegría.
I'm glad for the players. I'm really happy for the players and our supporters that they may be so happy because we are going to play another final of Libertadores, eliminating Boca again. I'm plenty of happiness, even I can't analyze the match of today. Independent of the victory of Boca, the Blue Ones didn't show any interest in the strategy for a long 80 minutes. Hard game where River's players defends the goal of Armani with blood and pain. Carlos Tevet's team were focused on score a goal as soon as possible to give some hopes and tried to tie the global score. Unfortunately, most of the attacks have never ended on an opportunity. In spite of the disqualification, he looks so proud about their supporters and teammates.
Es orgullo porque
Proud. And so proud because even we lost, our supporters stayed stand up and clap at us. So I'm really proud to wear this t-shirt, being the captain of this club. And obviously it hurts really much that we can't be happy. But I'm proud to be part of Boca. I admire this mood.
pero orgulloso estoy de ser de Boca, ¿no? Porque la verdad que es para quitarse el sombrero.
Like I said before, this game is more than a semi-final, and this is how people think. Boca is situated as the leader of the Argentine league, 3 points more than River, who is in the position 6. Anyway, Boca's coach, Alfaro, is stipulated by his president to be fired if he doesn't win the next matches in the league. This is what he thinks about the semi-final.
Uno siente pena por los jugadores.
I feel sad because the players, I feel sad for the Boca support and the hopes. All the Boca's grown wanted to play this final because definitely we lost against our classic rival and all what it means. But as I said, my analysis is not just for these 2 last scores. I take the pass. We are already leaders in the league.
Nosotros estamos punteros en el campeonato.
Night after Super Clásico, Flamengo, Brazilian team, bet Grêmio 5-0 and he got the other ticket for the final. The final will be on the 23rd of November. One opportunity to Gallardo's men to continue dreaming and so if they could be the best team in Argentina.
Sigamos gritando, sigamos creciendo, sigamos confiando que al fin ganaremos. Es nuestra bandera la que defendemos. Mostremos al mundo que juntos.
Looking forward to this weekend. England rugby team will be facing South Africa in the final of the World Cup on Saturday. Eddie Jones's side have the chance to win only the second World Cup for England when the two sides meet. Jean-Pierre previews the final.
South Africa punch their ticket. They are off to the biggest game in rugby. They are World Cup finalists. And it's England who come away as winners. Eddie Jones has done it again.
That was the sounds of both sides securing victory in Japan over the weekend. England and South Africa have met in the final of the World Cup before in 2007, when the Springboks lifted the trophy in France. World Cup winner Laurence Delalier reckons that the team will win the World Cup just as he did more than a decade ago.
It will probably be the best World Cup win ever, because whilst they might have had it easy in the pool stages, they would have had to beat Australia, New Zealand and South Africa, and I think if you can do the Tri-Nations and lift the trophy at the end of it, then you deserve to be crowned world champions.
Two sports students from Solent University are relieved that Wales lost in the semi-final in Japan and are nervy about the final on Saturday.
Whenever we play Wales in the Six Nations, they always turn up against us. Obviously it's that England-Wales rivalry that whenever they play us, they show up. Whenever we play them, they show up.
I think South Africa have no chance, just because they play England nowadays play as more of a old-fashioned New Zealand running game, and I just don't think with 5 players out of 4 from South Africa, they just won't have to stand a chance.
Looking ahead to the final, this England fan is aware that South Africa will be a tough opponent to get past.
I think it could be an interesting game against South Africa. I think if we play like we played the rest of the tournament, we'll be absolutely fine. South Africa, they're big men, so as long as we sort of keep it tight, keep it clinical as we have been, then I think we'll be fine.
Will England fans be tuning in for the final early in the morning on Saturday?
Of course I am. Yeah, go out to go and watch it. Who am I supporting? England all the way.
Of course I'll support England because we're English. But for rugby terms, I don't understand how the game is played, therefore I don't really follow as much.
The final will be played in the Nissan Stadium in Yokohama and will start at 9 o'clock UK time. This has been Jean-Pierre reporting for Solent Sports News.
And that's all from us today. Thank you for listening. I've been Ben Wakeford on Solent Sports News.